really pushing me to the limit, then I would have knew who you was. I'm proud of you for becoming champion and how far you have gotten in the sport of boxing, but I don't remember you because you didn't leave a mark.
The work and the years that you put in, grooming an individual to become what he's going to become.
You know, take some time. I took a little bit of time out. You know what I'm saying? It refreshes you. Gets you back on that.
Tank allegedly dismissed Calvin Ford as Davis's trainer, which infuriated Floyd Mayweather, views this as a significant setback and attributes the breakup on Davis. Ford, however, maintains his composure and says he took a step back and is taking some time off.
Because remember, the chin don't lift weights. That's what I always say. Anybody can be knocked out. So I don't put nothing past nobody. I can be knocked out. Hit me from the blind side.
You know, take some time. I took a little bit of time out. You know what I'm saying? It refreshes you. Get you back on that. You know, so tonight, you know, he had a chance for me not being around him a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I stepped in and I seen how he missed me and how I missed him. You know what I'm saying? I just can't wait to see that performance. I was telling Boogie, I said, damn, Boogie, you got me, Boogie. You know, so we can't wait to see Kenny here, all is here. You know, everybody was putting that energy in the air.
Davis has had the support of Floyd Mayweather and Calvin Ford, who have helped him succeed and keep him focused in the ring. Both of them were essential in Tank's career, helping him win fights and guiding him through difficult situations. Today, though, things have significantly altered, and Davis no longer gets along with any of them. He is now far from the same. People that earlier influenced his career and helped him achieve glory. Many people think Davis would not have achieved his current level of success without their influence.
That's how you get the head.
I need this 10, 11, and 12 on the unofficial. He's down.
Okay. He said unofficial.
On the unofficial. I gotta be honest with you. That's what you want. You want from me. Hey, that's what you want from me. You don't want nobody lying to you. I'm 100 with you.
He said on the unofficial, not the real card here. Keep picking your shot. You took that round off here.
That's my job. I'm 100 with you.
Well, that was
Made the unexpected decision to split from Calvin Ford. In addition to being a trainer, Ford spent his entire life molding Tank into the fighter he is today. He also served as a father figure to Davis, providing for all of his needs.
One day I was in camp with Tank, and he had this little daughter, and he said, "They can pop right there." You know what I'm saying? And it made me broke down inside, and I was like, "Damn!" And when I look at him now, I still hear little Tank, but I know he's a grown man now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it just shows you the work and the years that you put in, grooming an individual to become what he's going to become.
Yeah. And I'm sure you're proud of all of the fighters that you...
Man, you just don't know. And I can't wait to the next generation to come, because how would I sit there and say we had a chance to learn a lot of things, to grow, to teach a lot of things. And the difference is we got a lot of, I call them manager dads, coaches dads, you know what I'm saying? That's in their life. And a lot of people don't talk about them stories because...
Witnessing Davis yell at Ford in the ring, Mayweather became enraged by Tank's treatment of the guy who influenced his career and was unable to remain mute. Floyd warned Davis that he should never treat anyone who helped him disrespectfully. In the event that something went wrong, he said, regarding those who helped him succeed, Davis should have nothing bad to say. Mayweather stressed that Davis shouldn't take it for granted because he gave Tank the opportunity to become a boss and an entrepreneur.
Wrong, and you're not with me no more. You don't have nothing bad to say about me because I put you in a position to become an entrepreneur or to become a boss.
How difficult is that, though, in the sense of you are doing so much yourself and you have these people, you have your team. When you say you're pushing them, are you pushing them by giving them ideas, helping them invest, or what you doing, or what you're saying is, watch me work, watch me move, I'll get you in these rooms, I'll let you have these conversations, and then use that to implement into your life?
I've spoke about this before. A lot of times I drop Jews and they don't listen. Everybody gotta get some land. Everybody wanna live where it's popping at. when you got to move somewhere and set up shop, everybody can't live in LA. Everybody can't live in New York.
Right.
A lot of these places.
Another member of Tank's squad, trainer Barry, acknowledged Ford's influence as a great coach, but attempted to avoid causing controversy when questioned about Ford's absence. Barry answered, "Boxing is boxing." His words implied that there was more to the tale, but he refrained from going into detail about Ford's reasons for leaving.
Good, you know what I mean? With us is always good. You know, of course, boxing is boxing, and you can see have some unforeseen things go on. But for the most part, we had a great time.
Very good. And how's he looking at camp? What are you expecting from him on fight night?
He was sharp, you know, just to be Tank. You know what I mean? Tank being Tank. Just a little different for us because this is somebody that's close, you know, to us. You know what I mean? Somebody we got love for. And normally the people we fight, people we don't know. So you can be as mean as nasty as you want to. But for this fight, we got to cast our feelings aside for that 36 minutes or whatever it is and take care of business. That's it. Yeah.
Live interview, Bill Haney, Devon's father and trainer, publicly chastised Tank Davis for splitting from Calvin Ford. Haney asserted that Davis made the decision to fire Ford, and he implied that this decision had a negative impact on Tank's recent performance, suggesting that Davis might not be the same fighter without Ford's guidance. Many in the boxing community share this concern.
The fact of the Live podcast will not cover the fact that Calvin and Kenny, they got fired. Now, if Devin fired me, it would be, huh? Well, they got fired.
I didn't know that was real. I thought that was some cat.
They're trying to be quiet. Man, they done got fired, man. Them people done got fired, man. They hoping they get hired. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they're working on getting back.
Man, Calvin came in on there with them. He had them GTD first shorts, with them GTD leggings, with that GTD Kango cap, with that GTD glasses, GTD shirt. Man, guess what? The man gave him a hug, man, and left him in the hallway. And everybody want to act like that they not really. See, they keep that magnifying glass on us, and yeah.
The reason the split is so important is because Calvin Ford has never viewed his relationship with Tank as merely a coach-student dynamic. He has frequently said that he is more than just a trainer. He was a father figure and mentor to Davis. Both inside and outside the ring, Ford mentored Davis, molding not only his boxing abilities, but also his discipline and mentality.
Again, it's a sticky situation. You know, some promoters, some managers try to move the father out the life of certain situations and whatnot, you know. I don't think it's good because they know how the kid tick, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes it could be detrimental because we've seen certain situations that the father do too much instead of letting the athlete be the athlete, you know? So, you know, it's a learning experience, and I learned from them situations and whatnot of what to do and what not to do, because at the end of the day, they're their own self, you know what I'm saying, and hope that you gave them enough knowledge to be what they want to become.
Haney made a caustic comment about Davis's choice in addition to criticizing it. Haney made a joke about the coaches going on strike if the Tanks hadn't been paying Ford enough. His remarks raised concerns about whether the breakup with Ford was only a business matter or whether there was more going on behind the scenes, pointing to a potential problem with Davis's management of his staff.
It's personal between you and Calvin. Also, it's Tank's coach. Is it?
Man, I told Coach,
for those that don't know, Coach Calvin is Tank's coach, so I'm just for our audience.
And I said, listen, ain't no way your fighter gonna be checking the money that y'all talking about checking, and Calvin gonna be looking like that. I told Tank them to pay him. I told him to pay him because, or we need to go on coach's strike around this motherfucker because ain't no way Bill should be getting paid and Calvin shouldn't. And Calvin need to thank Bill for mentioning this shit.
So you saying Calvin ain't getting paid?
Yo, he said ain't no reason Calvin should be looking the way he looking if they making all this money.
Now that's the thing. They talk all that money talk. Can't be one nigga looking good and the rest of the crew if you getting thoroughbred money. You know what I'm talking about?
Again.
To his worsening friendship with Mayweather, Davis made a daring accusation. He stated that Floyd is envious of him and doesn't want to see him exceed his legacy. This tension has been brewing for a long time. After a number of arguments in the past, Davis and Mayweather's feud appears to be more intense than ever.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him, and I'm doing it at a young age. Like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of
deal. He don't know about that yet, but that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing
it. Exclusive. That's exclusive.
Yeah.
Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Tank, no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
Went one step further and publicly declared that Mayweather had never desired for a boxer to surpass him. According to Davis, Mayweather's ego would prevent him from accepting another boxer as good as him. This idea further explains why Tank wanted to move on from Floyd and strive to make his own legacy.
Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. How the say Terrence Crawford should fight Benavidez? That don't make no fucking sense. He don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you.
Who's next in line? This one, next in line.
Is there like a
last question, guys?
Is there like a love-hate for Floyd? Like,
yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest. But he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad. And
you're good, man.
And he because I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this.
Has praised Davis in the past, despite their continuing animosity. Floyd has conceded that no one can equal Tank's ability in the ring, even though their relationship has soured. Mayweather did respect Tank as a boxer, as seen by his prior remarks on Davis's abilities.
I must say this, the most exciting fighter that's acting and fighting in boxing right now is Gervonta Tank Davis. When Gervonta Tank Davis go out there and fight, he reminds me of Pretty Boy Floyd. Because Pretty Boy Floyd, you couldn't go get no popcorn. You couldn't go get no soda. You couldn't go get no candy. You don't want to miss nothing.
The beginning of Davis's career, Mayweather has a history of mentoring up-and-coming boxers. Floyd provided him with chances, training, and advice.
Come back to boxing?
Oh no. I'm not coming back to the sport of boxing. The sport of boxing was good to me. I was able to make a lot of smart investments on the outside, and I just want to help. You know, like I said, the fighters that's up and coming. You know, like I was talking about, like Gervonta Tank Davis. I don't understand why he's not in the top 10 pound for pound. Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Benavidez. The list goes on. There's so many tough fighters out there. So many great young champions out there that I'm proud of.
Addressing the matter, Calvin Ford made it apparent that it wasn't a private matter. He claimed that this was only a business choice and that he and Davis were still brothers. Although it's unknown if Davis feels the same way, his reaction implies that there was no animosity on his end.
We talked about Tank
in the business now. There's talk that he could be leaving Mayweather from Roach. He said he was to Brian Custer that, you know, this is his last fight.
Everybody missing, he's leaving. It's business.
Right, for sure.
If it's good business, we're going to do what? Business.
For sure.
We're not leaving each other. It's just not on contract.
Okay. So you're still going to do business with Mayweather?
Got you.
Right.
You have to do business. They brothers.
Right.
They brothers. And you got to remember, they the best in boxing. You got Al and Floyd. Come on.
But it's just good. How excited for you for him to have that flexibility?
It's good because Canelo do it. Garcia did it. It's been done.
Right.
Both had a significant influence on Davis's career. They supported him at his highs and lows and assisted him in making important choices for his profession. Now that they are gone, Davis has to make his way through the boxing world alone. Only time will tell if he made the correct decision.
Should a Tank Davis-Devin Haney fight be next?
Yeah, it should be. We already called it out. We actually flipped the coin between Devin Haney and Shakur. We don't really care. Everybody was getting on Tank about he never asked for the big fights. If you look at Tank sit there and say the time is now. You know what I'm saying? Them guys is the only guys that are they really willing to take that fight? Are they gonna outprice themselves? Or they're gonna take the fight? I'm old school. If I really think I'm gonna beat somebody, take the money and run with it. Let's fight. If you notice when we fought for Floyd now, we took every fight they threw at us. You know what I'm saying? We did what they asked us. That's what the company, that's what you do. I train my guys and I tell my guys, you train, you fight, you get paid. We take care of the rest of everything else. You know what I'm saying? Look where it put us at. You know, we at the top of our game right now. So right now, we just trying to see what's next, to see who's going to sign the contract.
Malignaggi, a former world champion, has also offered commentary on the matter. Davis has ruined boxing, he said. Malignaggi's remarks are part of a broader discussion in boxing about whether contemporary boxers are detrimental to the sport. Honesty in business-driven choice.
World champion boxer is accusing Gervonta Davis of ruining the sport. What do you guys think? And who do you think the former world champion is? It's none other than Paulie Malignaggi, or I don't know how to say his name, honestly. I just know that he had that whole thing with Conor McGregor, and then he couldn't even beat Artem Lobov in bare knuckle boxing. So take his words with a grain of salt. But obviously, I do agree with him to some extent. Gervonta Davis has all the skills in the world, but he's not taking the most competitive fights, you know? Lamont Roach, if he had made 4 or 5 defenses at 135, you'd be selling me a little bit. I'd be curious. But no, you're just recycling the same champion. You're not even progressing. You're killing the sport to line your pockets. I defend the sport. I want the best matchups possible. You're not going to entertain me with the B-level matchups just because they're pay-per-views, which makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? I'm not paying for it. You know, I'm going to stream it like I would think most people are. But yeah, Gervonta Davis, I wouldn't say he's ruining the sport. I think Floyd Mayweather ruined the sport because every boxer after him just wants to get the easiest fight with the most.
Fans were dissatisfied with Davis's performance following his bout with Lamont Roach. Some wondered if he was still at his best, particularly since Ford wasn't present. Concerns over Tank's preparedness and preparation were raised by commentators who pointed out that Roach, a lesser-known fighter, gave Davis more problems than anticipated during that battle.
Davis versus Lamont Roach goes to a majority decision draw, with Tank retaining his WBA lightweight title. Now, I did not score this fight a draw. I had it 7-5 to Lamont Roach. I thought he had the ring generalship and effective pressure. You know, he was landing the jab and effective combinations. Tank, as usual, had a very low output, and he was relying on one big shot. You know, I gave Roach the first 3 rounds, Tank the next 3 rounds, and then Roach 4 the last 6 rounds to win the fight. Not to mention, Tank did take a knee in the middle of the fight. You know, by rule, that should have been considered a knockdown. Yes, it was to get his mouthpiece, and that's why they didn't rule it a knockdown. But anytime a fighter takes a knee, that's a knockdown. And that would have given Roach 1 more point to win the fight. Now, I'm sure they'll run it back. I mean, Lamont Roach absolutely deserves a rematch. He just had the fight of his life. He wasn't scared to go toe-to-toe with Tank. You know, landing his combinations, the bigger counters, and the more effective shots. He definitely deserves a second payday. Now, in the co-main event, Gary Antoine Russell put on an amazing performance. I think he won 11 or 12 rounds against Rayo Valenzuela. Great hand speed, good combinations, you know, masterclass to win the WBA title. And then in the featured bout, Alberto Puello beat Sandor Martin to retain his WBC title. He landed the cleaner left hands, definitely won the last 2 to 3 rounds to edge the fight. But overall, good card. I do think Roach won the fight.
Confided with Adrian Broner about his discontent. according to a new revelation. Tank's comment implies that Davis has been dissatisfied with several parts of his work for a long time. But Broner withheld specifics, stating that it was up to Tank to speak publicly.
No, I haven't talked to him about it, but we talked about it before. You know, we talked about it a few times, but you know, now that he is doing his own thing, you know, I hope the best for him, and I hope he is as big as the world. I don't care, you know. I just want to do good.
He keeps alluding that there was something wrong there, that he wasn't happy with the support that he was getting. You know, is there something there from what he's saying, from what your relationship with him?
That's not really for me to come out and talk about. You know, I'll wait until he's comfortable with saying and letting people know his business. But you know, now that he's on his own, you know, I hope.
Coaches. That's why I fell in love with the sport. It wasn't just like the sport of boxing. It was the love I got from it, type shit, like what I wasn't getting at home. You know what I mean? Because I only had my grandmother, type shit. So I got that, and I feel as though we built this off of loyalty and a little bit of heart. You know what I mean? Definitely, we came a long way. You know what I mean? And I just want to embrace them just as well as people embrace me. I feel as